Good afternoon and welcome inside the Sullivan Center on the campus University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois. It's the Fighting Saints and the Trolls of Trinity Christian locked up in CCAC action today. I'm Terry Bonadonna on the call for today's doubleheader of women's and men's basketball, and we start with the number 8 Fighting Saints hosting a Trinity Christian team that they already handled once this year and are trying to finish up this 2019-20 campaign undefeated against this particular conference rival. St. Francis is taking the floor. Let's go quickly over their starters. It's Leah Sims and Shadrian McDaniel in the backcourt. Forwards are Paige Gieske and Jordan Pyle with Caitlin Alward at center. Jordan Pyle is going to go up for the tip against Trinity Christian's Jasmine Elliott. Make that Abby Coates on the tip against Jordan Pyle, and it is won by Abby Coates, who is joined by Elliott and Paige Hacker in the front court. Brianna Toppin, Summer Kramer are the guards for Trinity Christian, coached by Bill DeRuyter in his 4th season. That's Abby Coates on the little runner. Doesn't get the roll. It's rebounded by the Saints. We're off and running here in Joliet this afternoon. St. Francis trying to remain unbeaten in conference. They come in with a 12-0 mark in CCAC play. They're 17-3 overall. Caitlin Alward double-teamed on the right side, passes across court. Here's Paige Gieske on the left wing, 12 seconds to shoot. Shadrian McDaniel finds Alward, lobbed inside for Pyle, kicked out to Sims. Leah Sims tries the 3 with the shot clock running down. No good, and the long rebound goes to Brianna Toppin. The Trolls are on the move, trying to work quickly, but Summer Kramer slows things down as the Saints get their defense back in position. St. Francis in a man-to-man defense as Paige Gieske comes up tight on Toppin. She gets rid of it to Kramer on the left side, 13 on the shot clock. Kramer fires down low to Abby Coates, who forces one up off the glass. No good. Too high off the backboard. Now it's St. Francis. Alward, nice find of Shadrian McDaniel inside. The layup misses. McDaniel gets her own rebound. Back up with it. Yep, got it the second time. Shadrian McDaniel gets our scoring started today. 2-0 St. Francis. Fighting Saints have been winning handily of late, coming off of a 20-point victory over St. Ambrose on Wednesday. They've won each of their last 4 games by 20 points or more. There's a 3-pointer from Brianna Toppin, rims out, and the rebound goes to Paige Gieske. Saints trying to jump out to a big early lead on Trinity Christian today. Last year, they beat these Trolls by 30 points in this building. Paige Gieske holds on the right side for the Fighting Saints. Gieske picks up her dribble, hounded by Toppin, gets it off towards Alward. The pass deflected, but right back to Gieske. She keeps it alive to Alward. Now Leah Sims on the left wing, 7 on the shot clock. Kicked out by Pyle to Caitlin Alward, who misses the 3. Rebound tapped out to Abby Coates. It is secured by Trinity Christian. So neither team shooting the ball well to begin today. We're almost 2.5 minutes into the action. Just 1 basket on the board so far. Shadrian McDaniel's second chance layup made it 2-0 Saints. That's where we sit right now as Jasmine Elliott works her way inside, forced away by Jordan Pyle. She misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and rattles it home on the second effort. So we're tied at 2. And now Trinity Christian puts on the full court press. Jordan Pyle splits a double team, gets it across half court, fires ahead to Paige Gieske. Now Shadrian McDaniel on the outside, resets. Each team has 1 field goal so far today. Both of them have come on a second chance on a player rebounding their own miss. Jordan Pyle reverse layup is good. Saints back in front, 4-2 as Jordan Pyle takes it down the baseline and converts on the layup. Saints have scored twice from in the paint so far. Now they're looking for the stop. Summer Kramer drives, dishes, and it's intercepted by Jordan Pyle. She was trying to find Jasmine Elliott off the left block. Instead, it's a turnover. Saints possession. Leah Sims down to the corner. Alward immediately double team. Fires inside to Jordan Pyle, who dribbles off her foot and out of bounds. Pyle thought that was deflected out by Trinity Christian. The ruling was that it went off of her own foot and out. It's a turnover for St. Francis. And now we see our first substitutes of the game as Trinity Christian calls to the bench. Paige Hacker checks out and Jasmine Glover comes out of the floor for the first time. 6:40 to play in the first quarter. Summer Kramer dribbles it across the timeline, bounces towards the free throw line. This is Jasmine Elliott. Had position for a moment, decided not to drive, kicks it out instead. 3-point attempt is good from Brianna Toppin. And for the first time today, Trinity Christian takes the lead. It's 5-4 Trolls. Here comes the full court press. Saints break it easily. Alward ahead to Pyle, wide open lane for the layup. Trinity got over-aggressive on the press. An easy break for St. Francis after Alward found Pyle. There was nobody within 10 feet of her. Easiest 2 points she may score all season. She's got 4 for the game. Brianna Toppin hit the 3 moments ago. She passes off this time, lobbed inside for Elliott, deflected and taken away. Shadreen McDaniel has the steal. Here's Leah Sims across half court to Pyle. Down to the corner, it's the leading scorer, Caitlin Alward, who bounces to the free throw line for McDaniel. McDaniel drives to the right. Last second dish to Paige Gieske for the layup. Gorgeous offensive possession by the Saints right there. McDaniel gets the assist, making the extra pass to Gieske, who has the easy layup. First points of the game for Paige Gieske. Jasmine Elliott misses the baseline jumper from about 8 feet out. The rebound goes to the Saints, who lead by 3 points. They've scored the last 4, trying to make it 6 or 7 in a row on this possession. McDaniel drives, gives it to Pyle. Outside Paige Gieske. Down low, McDaniel, another open layup. All of the Saints' points have come from in the paint. And the last 3 layups have all been uncontested. 4 for McDaniel, and the Saints are doubling up the Trolls now 10-5. They've scored 6 in a row. Trinity trying to snap the run. It's Coates passing up top to Elliott. Elliott guarded loosely by McDaniel. Pass to her right is deflected out of bounds by Caitlin Alward. With 13 seconds on the shot clock, the ball stays with Trinity Christian. Lila Rodriguez is on for the Trolls, and Brianna Toppin heads to the bench. Rodriguez, a freshman from Chicago. Summer Kramer is set to inbound the ball with 4:57 to go in the first quarter. Kramer takes a step. That's a traveling violation. Kramer received the pass on the right wing from Jasmine Elliott and gave a quick hop before putting the ball on the ground. So a turnover committed by Trinity Christian, and the Saints can add to their run. They've already scored 6 in a row. Leah Sims taking her time across half court and off to the right side. Here's Jordan Pyle. Pyle to Gieske on the left wing. Gieske looking for Alward down low. Didn't have her. Now she bounces into Alward. Alward fights it up and draws the foul. We've gone nearly 5.5 minutes without seeing Caitlin Alward score. Unusual for the conference's leading scorer. Came in averaging 20 points per game. Alward will get her chance for the first 2 points on her stat sheet from the free throw line, where she's had a lot of success this year, and she has success on this attempt, making the first. Caitlin Alward, a 77% foul shooter, has already made it 11-5, now trying to make it a 7-point lead for the Fighting Saints, and she does just that. First 2 for Caitlin Alward. 4 out of 5 starters are on the scoreboard now for Steve Brooks' squad. Summer Kramer passes to the right. This is Lila Rodriguez. Up top to Abby Coates. Left side, Glover. Jasmine Glover backs in, hands it off to Jasmine Elliott at the top of the key. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Elliott trying to work around McDaniel. Can't free herself up and finally draws the foul. McDaniel didn't like the call. Elliott had absolutely nowhere to go that whole possession. Kept trying to fight in on McDaniel. McDaniel didn't give any ground. Finally, Elliott kind of gave up and took the shot and drew the contact. So Jasmine Elliott is at the free throw line. This is Trinity's leading scorer, though she's only played in 12 of her team's 19 games. She's averaging 13 points per game, and she's got one right here. 3 points so far for Elliott after making the free throw. That snaps an 8-0 run from St. Francis. Jasmine Elliott, 79% from the line. Hits them both. 12-7. Jordan Pyle to Caitlin Alward, facing the full court press once again. Pyle across the timeline, quickly trapped, but gets it away to Alward. Alward fires underneath the basket, Gieske. The defense closes in, Gieske passes out. Good defensive recovery there for Trinity. Caitlin Alward dribbles to the top of the key, picks it up, passes to Gieske, left wing, fires inside for Pyle, back out Leah Sims. Sims drives, runner, off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Trinity with 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Saints leading by 5. Summer Kramer across the timeline for the Trolls, passes to the left wing. This is Abby Coates on the drive, kicked out to Elliott. Jasmine Elliott started in, now dribbles it back outside, guarded by Jordan Pyle. Pyle steps in close, it's handed off to Summer Kramer. 13 to shoot, Kramer backs it all the way up near half court. She resets the offensive possession. Trinity spreads it out, 7 to shoot. Jasmine Elliott dribbles up to the three-point line, fires one off the front iron, no good. Rebound tapped outside beyond the three-point line. Elliott brings in her own board. Shot it from the left wing, she rebounded it on the right wing. Caitlin Alward had herself in position for the board there, but it hit the rim she wasn't expecting it to. That bounced it outside. Leah Sims strips the ball from Summer Kramer, knocks it out of bounds. 7 to shoot. The ball stays with Trinity Christian. underneath the Saints basket, and the Saints make some substitutions. Allie Hernandez in off the bench, as is Adriana Acosta. Paige Gieske, Leah Sims grab a seat, and Trinity responds with Lexi Marin. Marin is the inbounder here. Can't find anybody. She's in trouble. Now finally throws it outside and gets it to Lila Rodriguez. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Abby Coates gives it up to Jasmine Elliott. Deep three at the buzzer. Off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound. Glover back up with it, no good. Rebound battled for, won by Elliott, and she throws it away. It's intercepted by Allie Hernandez. Possession lasted more than a minute as Elliott steals it right back from Hernandez. Didn't see her coming from behind. Outside Marin, down in the corner. She drives the baseline, throws it inside for Coates, and Coates lays it in. Nearly a minute and a half with the basketball there. Finally, Trinity Christian turns it into points. They got 4 offensive rebounds, and after turning the ball over, stole it right back. Allie Hernandez loses it again. Diving on the floor, Glover comes up with a steal. Ahead for Lexi Marin. Marin drives, throws it up off the rim, no good. Rebound tapped outside. Trinity Christian keeps it alive, but thrown away. Rodriguez intercepted by Jordan Pyle, and she's got another open layup. Jordan Pyle's got 6, all on layups, and the Saints needed that. They had been losing control. Allie Hernandez has touched the ball twice. Both times it was immediately stolen. So a rough welcome to the game for her. More importantly right now, Trinity Christian has gotten 5 offensive rebounds in the last 2 minutes. Saints have not been active on the board so far as Elliott kicks it outside. Rodriguez misses on the 3, and this time it's one and done for the Trolls as Jordan Pyle comes away with the rebound. Pyle dribbles with the left hand across half court, pulls up the top of the key. Here's Allie Hernandez on the left wing, down to Caitlin Alward. Alward pulls it out to the elbow, drives down the lane and lays it in. Nobody picked her up. She took advantage, taking it all the way in herself. And that's a quick 4 in a row for St. Francis after Trinity Christian had momentarily wrested momentum away. 16-9, Saints lead by 7. Lexi Marin passes to Jasmine Elliott. Trinity Christian looking to get the offense set up. Elliott can't find anybody, and she's called for 5 seconds. That's a call you don't see very often anymore. Now that you cannot be called while the player is dribbling, but on that occasion, Elliott just held on to the ball, looked around, didn't see anybody open, so just stood there for 5 seconds. No argument given. She checks out of the game. Allie Hernandez gives it to Acosta for the Saints. Kaylin C.S. Cheney is in for St. Francis. Jordan Pyle lobs it in for Acosta, out to C.S. Cheney, through her hands, but she sticks with it. Gives it to Allie Hernandez. Caitlin Alward fakes, now drives right side. Ball knocked away and out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock. It's still Saints ball. 47 seconds to play in the first period. 7-point lead for the Saints. Jordan Pyle set to inbound. Pyle bounces into Acosta. Acosta turnaround off the glass and in. 2 more in the paint for St. Francis. Working against a zone defense from Trinity. That inside is supposed to be bottled up. Trinity has had no answers, though, for the Saints getting to the basket. All of their buckets, I believe, have been in the paint. Summer Kramer passes to the left side. 11 seconds separate the shot and game clocks here. Brianna Toppin up top, dribbles once, fires a 3. It's an air ball and out of bounds. 19 seconds to play in the first. Saints ball, and they'll get a chance to take the last shot of the quarter. Kaylin C.S. Cheney takes her time coming down the floor. She'll set up one shot. C.S. Cheney across the timeline with 12 seconds. Walks it towards the right. Guarded by Rodriguez. C.S. Cheney takes it to the basket and throws it away. She was looking for Allie Hernandez in the corner. Hernandez cut up top. C.S. Cheney threw to where she had been. The miscommunication leads to a turnover, and Trinity will have one last chance to get some points. 5 seconds to go. Here's Marin across half court. Marin fires a 3. It's blocked by Jordan Pyle, and that's how the first quarter ends. An exciting first quarter of action here at St. Francis. The Saints doubling up the Trolls after 10 minutes, 18-9. I'll take a quick break. Back in a moment with quarter number 2. St. Francis basketball here on the USF Sports Network. 1 quarter down, 3 to go here at St. Francis. The Fighting Saints lead 18-9. Looking at some of the stats from the first period, I said I thought that all of their baskets had come in the paint, all but one. 14 of their 18 points have come from in the paint. They also have 2 free throws. But a really impressive performance by St. Francis offensively, just getting to the basket. They shot 8 of 12 in the first quarter. 6 points for Jordan Pyle, lead the way so far. Trinity Christian staying in the game due to one thing, really, 5 offensive rebounds. They've shot just 20% from the field, 3 of 15. And they are led by Jasmine Elliott so far with 4 points. Saints ball to start the second quarter. Caitlin Alward downstairs, that time bottled up, and she pulls it outside. Here's Jordan Pyle driving from the left wing. Dishes off underneath. Acosta fights it up and scores. Acosta has got her second field goal of the game. 4 points for her. And it's now a 20-9 lead for St. Francis. On the other end, Trinity Christian going left to right. Summer Kramer throws it away. Intercepted by Alward. One-on-one, takes it to the basket and lays it in. Caitlin Alward, 6 points now to tie up with Jordan Pyle for the team lead. It's the biggest advantage of the game so far for the Fighting Saints, 22-9. Brianna Toppin inside for Jasmine Elliott. Elliott working against Acosta, throws it outside and finds Abby Coates. 13 on the shot clock. Coates passes to Brianna Toppin, right wing, guarded by Ali Hernandez. Toppin drives at the free throw line, takes it into the corner for Coates, who runs into Caitlin Alward, and the foul is called on Alward. So that'll reset the shot clock to 20. They were closing in on the buzzer there, so that's a big foul for Coates to be able to draw. It's the first foul on Caitlin Alward. In fact, it's the first foul called against the Saints today. Kramer into Brianna Toppin. Toppin passes to the left side to Kramer, guarded by Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Down into the post. It's Elliott giving it up outside to Coates. Coates drives, lays it up, no. Well defended by Acosta. A good drive by Coates, but she couldn't quite finish. Trinity still looking for their first points of the second quarter. It's the Saints' possession, leading by 13. Alward tries the three. Off the mark. Kaylin C.S. Cheney stuck in there for the rebound, and she's fouled by Jasmine Elliott. C.S. Cheney, the shortest player on the floor right now at 5'3". She got in, though, in front of Elliott, and the 5'8" senior forward ended up fouling her, going over the back. First foul on Elliott, first on Trinity this quarter. Saints ball with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. It's Ali Hernandez inside for Alward. Double team. She tries to score anyway. Can't. Gets the rebound and does on the second chance. Caitlin Alward's got 8. She was not going to be denied there against 2 players. Threw up a wild shot. It was blocked. Got it right back and scored. Slow start for Alward, but now already up to 8 points early in the second quarter. She's responded in a hurry after not scoring for nearly 6 minutes. Elbow jumper from Summer Kramer is good from the left side. Nice stroke from Kramer there as she scores her first points of the game. Summer Kramer came in averaging 9 per game, ranking 3rd on the team in that category. Ali Hernandez passes to Kaylin C.S. Cheney on the right wing. C.S. Cheney pulls it to the top of the key, dribbles off to the wing and hands it to Ali Hernandez. 13 to shoot. Inside for Alward. She's fouled from behind by Abby Coates. Foul against Trinity, their second foul of the quarter. That's the second foul on Abby Coates as well with 7:39 to play in the first half. She checks out. Glover is back in. And Shadrian McDaniel comes in for Ali Hernandez. The Saints also bring Paige Gieske back on the floor. So among starters, only Leah Sims remains on the bench as the ball is bounced in towards Alward. Couldn't get a handle on it initially. Chased it down. Now passes inside for Acosta, who's fouled going up for the shot. Nice recovery by Caitlin Alward. They tried to bounce it to her on the inbounds play just underneath the hoop. Ended up deflecting off of her legs. She chased it back out towards the free throw line, found Acosta inside, and Acosta is getting 2 free throws as a result. First shot is good. Adriana Acosta this year averaging 6.6 points per game. She has just about matched that already today by making both free throws. The score is now 26-11 in favor of St. Francis. 6 points for Acosta. There's a drive from Kramer. She loses the ball, but she's fouled in the process. 15-point lead for St. Francis. 7:23 to play in the first half. Foul was on the floor, so Summer Kramer will trigger this inbounds play. Kramer gets it into Jasmine Elliott out beyond the three-point line. Elliott hands it back to Kramer over to the right side. Brianna Toppin, 14 to shoot, down to the corner. Jasmine Elliott working against Caitlin Elward. Elliott fights her way inside, hoists one up, can't score, off the backboard, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by St. Francis. Shot clock reads 8. I do believe that shot got the rim. Apparently not. No, they do reset it at the last moment. Now a whistle. Should the clock have reset or not? I think that's the question right now. They are going to reset it to 8. I thought it got the rim. It hit the backboard. I thought it did graze the rim on its way down. But they're going to set the shot clock to 8. So according to the officials, no rim. Lou Luzzi, Rhonda Munt, Paul Novak. Our officials for today's game all agree. 6 seconds. Jasmine Elliott driving along the baseline on Gieske. Turnaround jumper, short, does not get the roll. Rebound tapped by Acosta towards the baseline. A battle for the ball, and we've got a tie-up. The possession arrow faces Trinity. That's one area that Trinity has been really good today. Offensive rebounding. They have been going after the ball, and they've obviously been outplayed in most regards, trailing by 15, but they're keeping themselves at least respectably in this game by getting second chances consistently. Paige Hacker throws it for Toppin, off of Toppin's foot. She keeps it in bounds, but now trapped in the corner. She tries to throw it off of Paige Gieske, but before she did that, a timeout was called from the sideline. Bill DeRuyter called for that one. So a 30-second timeout called for by Trinity Christian with 6:50 to play in the first half. 26-11, St. Francis holds the lead. The Fighting Saints got off to a little bit of a slow start offensively. They bounced back, though, very impressively, getting the ball inside with regularity. And they've continued into the second quarter, scoring inside. They're shooting 65% from the field. Trinity Christian is right now at 21%. Saints have had a nice balance of scoring as well. They've already got 3 players with at least 6 points. Jordan Pyle and Andriana Acosta each have 6, and Caitlin Elward, who sits on the bench for the first time today, is leading the way with 8 points. Lacey Gardner is in for Elward. First appearance for the junior Lacey Gardner today. Gardner this season is averaging 4 points off the bench. She's appeared in all but 2 games. Inbounded to Jasmine Elliott. Summer Kramer on the right wing. Kramer guarded by McDaniel, gives it up to Jasmine Elliott. Elliott drives, pulls up from the elbow, jumper is good. 6 points for Jasmine Elliott, just about half of Trinity Christian's total today. Trolls are back to within 13. Here's Shadrian McDaniel on the left side. Dribbling it to the right, she passes off to Pyle. Pyle drives, pull up, jumper from close range, no good. Rebound tapped around, into the hands of Jasmine Glover. Glover gets it off to Toppin, and Toppin works her way across half court over to Jasmine Elliott on the right side. Elliott dribbles around the perimeter, picks it up, wanted the 3, did not have a clean shot, so she gives it up to Summer Kramer. Kramer right back to Elliott at the top, guarded by Paige Gieske. Elliott not going to be called for a 5-second violation this time. She starts to dribble, fires up a wild shot with a lot of time on the shot clock. It misses, but it's an offensive rebound for Jasmine Glover. Back to Elliott, drive this time, a good look at the basket, and she lays it in from the left side for 2. Timeout called by Steve Brooks, and St. Francis will take the full timeout here to talk things over. I'm imagining Steve Brooks is not thrilled with his team's rebounding so far today. They've been out-rebounded by Trinity Christian by a 13-11 margin. And that in itself is not a horrible number, but when you consider that Trinity Christian's got 9 offensive rebounds, St. Francis only has 8 defensive rebounds. That's a problem right now in this game. This Trinity team on the season has been out-rebounded by 4.5 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, St. Francis has out-rebounded their opponents by 4 rebounds a game. So there's nothing in the statistics that would have led one to guess that the game would have gone this way to this point, at least in terms of that stat. In every other way, St. Francis still outplaying Trinity Christian right now, and they've still got a double-digit lead even as Trinity has scored the last 4 points. They're starting to beef up their shooting percentage a little bit. Still only at 27, but it was down below 20 for a little while. Coming out of the timeout, Trinity puts on the full court press, and St. Francis sets to inbound from underneath their own basket. Same 5 on the floor for the Saints. Jordan Pyle walks the baseline, looking for some help, finds Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel ahead for Paige Gieske, and Gieske across half court gives it to Acosta. Lacey Gardner was calling for the ball underneath the basket. They didn't find her, and so they set up the half-court game instead. Pyle down low to Gardner. Gardner backs it on top, and nice backdoor pass to Acosta, who lays it in. 8 points for Acosta, who's only 5 away now from 500 points for her career. And that was a pretty pass from Lacey Gardner to set it up. Drive from Jasmine Glover. Her runner is blocked by Jordan Pyle. Pyle's got a 2-on-2 break. Ahead for Gieske. Layup is good. Pyle gets the block and the assist as Gieske lays it in for her 3rd and 4th points of the game. Saints are again doubling up the Trolls, 30-15. Summer Kramer lobs it to the free throw line for Abby Coates. Coates further inside, Jasmine Elliott. Elliott working against 2 defenders, throws up a wild shot, no good. Rebounded by Coates. That one definitely did not hit the rim. Shot clock is at 4 seconds as Brianna Toppin chases down a loose ball to Summer Kramer at the top of the key. She doesn't see the shot clock, and it's a violation. She had no idea the clock was running down. Didn't even look towards the basket, and a good defensive possession for St. Francis. 30-15, the Saints lead. Caitlin Elward is in for Acosta. So Elward and Gardner on the floor at the same time now as Elward fires the 3. It's good. All alone. Trinity Christian just went to sleep defensively that time, and all too easy for Caitlin Elward, who's now into double figures, 11 points for the senior All-American. Down under 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. This is Jasmine Elliott. Elliott's had a tough day shooting so far. She drives, pulls up, takes this shot, and drains it. Bad timing for Mike comment. One of the better shots we've seen from Elliott today. Here's Shadrian McDaniel. Quick pull-up two-pointer is good. Trinity's defense may be wearing out. They've been playing high-pressure D all game. But the last couple of possessions, they have not responded well to wide-open looks for St. Francis shooters. Summer Kramer dribbles it towards Shadrian McDaniel, pulls up at the top of the key and passes to her right. Jasmine Elliott fires down low for Coates, and Coates is fouled trying to receive that pass. Just the 3rd foul on St. Francis. It's Jordan Pyle's first. 3rd of the quarter, 4th of the game for St. Francis. They did commit 1 in the first quarter on Shadrian McDaniel. Inbounds pass goes to Lila Rodriguez. Rodriguez passes off to the right side for Abby Coates. Coates along the baseline is bumped by Lacey Gardner. So back-to-back fouls committed now by St. Francis. They've hit their limit for the quarter. That's number 4. It's 1 on Gardner. 18-point lead for the Fighting Saints. And an inbounds play with 20 on the shot clock for Trinity. Leah Sims comes in for Lacey Gardner. Sims started the game at point guard for St. Francis. She's been on the bench for a while now. Steve Brooks goes back to her with 3:40 to play. Here's Abby Coates over to Summer Kramer. Quick 3 from Kramer. Off the mark, rebounded by Gieske. Paige Gieske forces it ahead to Jordan Pyle. Right back to the cutting Gieske, lays it in. Perfect give and go. Gieske to Pyle and right back for the layup. 6 points for Paige Gieske and another assist for Jordan Pyle. Summer Kramer walks it off towards the sideline. Now drives on McDaniel. Gets by her to the basket. Off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by St. Francis. A lot of contact inside there. Kramer could not coax the call. So the Saints try to keep on their run. This is Jordan Pyle on the left wing. Pyle tried to drive. She traveled first. Substitution for Trinity Christian. Ann Peters, freshman from Germantown Hills, comes in for Jasmine Elliott. Ali Hernandez back off the bench for the Saints as Paige Gieske grabs a breather with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Lexi Marin is taking the ball down the floor for Trinity Christian. Marin dribbles it to the right side. Passed off. This is Rodriguez. Nearly lost the handle on it. Sticks with it though. Gives it back to Marin. She drives, gives it to the baseline, and Rodriguez. Back outside, Peters with 7 to shoot. Peters passes to her left. Marin is called for the double dribble. With 3 on the shot clock, that possession wasn't really going anywhere to begin with. But then the careless double dribble forces the turnover. Saints up by 20 with the basketball. Leah Sims on the left wing gives it up top to Alward. Here's Jordan Pyle. Pyle to McDaniel up top. Lobbed into the paint. Alward turns to face the basket. Throws up a shot. No good. Gets it back and scores. Abby Coates came up with the rejection the first time, but out of position after Alward got it back. And Caitlin Alward's got 13. Lexi Marin puts the ball behind her back. Drives and kicks into the corner. Peters for three. Short. Rebound tapped by Hernandez to herself. And she keeps it alive for St. Francis with under 2 minutes to play in the half. Allie Hernandez across half court to Jordan Pyle up top. Pyle walks it to the left side, hands it to Shadrian McDaniel there. McDaniel at the free throw line, out to Leah Sims. Now Hernandez on the right side, 14 to shoot. Pyle lobs it down low for Alward, backing in on Coates. Throws it up from the right side, no good. Rebound McDaniel. Shadrian McDaniel back up and a foul call. 2 free throws coming Shadrian McDaniel's way. A minute 36 to play in the first half. And Justine Charlesworth comes in for Jordan Pyle. First time Pyle has grabbed a seat today. She's had an excellent first half. That's the first time we've seen Charlesworth. Shadrian McDaniel has scored 6 points already for the Saints. Make it 7 with that free throw. McDaniel, a sophomore from Kenwood Academy, came into today averaging 5 per game. She misses on the second free throw. Caitlin Alward grabs the offensive rebound. Out to Allie Hernandez, so the Saints reset the offense. Leah Sims to the left side. Justine Charlesworth down to the corner. McDaniel into Alward, who lays it in. 2 more for Alward. 15 points for the conference's leading scorer. Lexi Marin walks it to the left side. Gives it to Peters. Lob down low for Elliott. Elliott posting up on McDaniel. Gets around McDaniel. Tries the reverse layup and draws the foul. McDaniel sends Elliott to the free throw line with her second foul of the game. Two free throws coming for Elliott, who's 2 of 2 from the line so far today. First foul shot is good. One more for Elliott. And that one misses. 42-18 is our score. St. Francis in front. Caitlin Alward on the left side. Drives, bounces down low for McDaniel's. Layup is good. Big first half for Shadrian McDaniel today, as she has already scored 9 points, nearly doubling her season's average. In fact, the 9 matches her season high, and we're still in the first half. Jasmine Elliott walks it to the left side. Only 30 seconds to play in the first half. Marin dribbles it outside the arc. Now drives, stripped by Allie Hernandez. Marin gets it back to the hoop, misses off the backboard, rebounded by Hernandez with 20 seconds to play in the second quarter. Leah Sims slows it down. She'll make her move in about 5 seconds or so. Sims dribbling outside, now 8 seconds on the clock. She does start to make her move. Drives down the lane, open left-handed layup is good. Leah Sims has her first 2 points of the game. 1 second on the clock, and Trinity doesn't even try to get a shot off. 46-18 our score at the end of one half of play. A dominant first half for St. Francis as they try to pick up their 10th consecutive win overall. They lead by 28 at the half. About 15 minutes from now, we'll get you half number 2 here at the Sullivan Center. Until then, I'll take a quick break. Saints up big at halftime. We're closing in on the end of halftime, and our score is Saints 46, Trolls 18. A dominant showing for the first 20 minutes for St. Francis, trying to improve to 13-0 in conference play this year. The Saints have not lost a game against an NAIA opponent since way back on November the 8th. They lost to Lewis on December 12th, an NCAA Division II school. But they've currently won 9 games in a row overall, and they've won 15 of their last 16. And they're in pretty good shape to add to both of those runs today against a Trinity Christian team that they did beat once before in a much different game. They won 84-71 at Trinity back in December, but so far today, it has not been anywhere near that close. Sorry, that game was back in November. And the Saints have been much more forceful offensively in today's game. They scored 32 points in the paint against Trinity back in November. Today they've got 34 points in the paint in the first half. In fact, they've also made 5 field goals, only 3 or 5 free throws, sorry. Only 3 of their field goals have been from outside of the paint, so there's really been an emphasis on getting it inside. It's worked out beautifully. They're shooting 69% from the field. Caitlin Alward, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Jordan Pyle has filled the stat sheet with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Andriana Costa has got 8 points so far today, and Shadrian McDaniel has tied her career high with 9, all in the first half. Trinity Christian, led by Jasmine Elliott so far, 11 points, but on just 4 of 12 shooting. How about this number? Trinity Christian was out-rebounding St. Francis 13-11. Steve Brooks called a timeout. It seemed like that was an emphasis during the timeout. Since then, St. Francis has 9 rebounds. Trinity has got 0. Saints open the second half with the basketball. It's Caitlin Alward holding on the right wing, guarded by Abby Coates. Here's Jordan Pyle inside, laying it up and in over Hacker. And Jordan Pyle is quickly on the board here in the second half. She's got 8 points now for the game. First foul on Paige Hacker. And Pyle's got a chance to make it a 3-point play at the free throw line. Pyle's foul shot misses. Saints now 5 of 7 from the line as a team today. And it is Trinity Christian ball, their first possession of the second half. Brianna Toppin pulls it up top, bounces to a cutting Coates, who lays it up and misses. Great cut, great pass, just they didn't have the finish. Here's Leah Sims, who scored at the buzzer at the end of the first half for her first points of the game. Caitlin Alward bounces to Shadrian McDaniel. She's blocked by Abby Coates, and Jasmine Elliott chases down the loose ball. Trinity Christian ball after a good defensive stand. Here's Elliott dribbling outside, guarded by Pyle. Elliott, step back jumper from the free throw line, misses short. Ball tapped out to Shadrian McDaniel, who comes up with her 4th rebound. Saints dominated the first half, outscoring Trinity Christian 28-9 in the second quarter. And they're off to a good start in the first part of the second half as well. They've scored the first 2 points and have come up with 2 straight defensive stops. Here's Caitlin Alward in the post, working against Abby Coates. Up with the right hand, she's fouled. Coates overmatched inside against Caitlin Alward. Conference's leader in scoring. Second team All-American last year. Alward has been named the CCAC Player of the Week 3 times this season. She was the National Player of the Week once. And she misses on the first free throw. Alward did not score in nearly the first 6 minutes of the game today, but then she ended up putting 15 points on the board over her last 12 minutes out there. She scores on the free throw, her first point of the second half. 16 for Alward. Summer Kramer in control of the basketball for Trinity. Kramer dribbles to the left side, passes to Paige Hacker, who's guarded by Leah Sims. Up top, Jasmine Elliott. Elliott picks it up, gives it back to Kramer. 12 on the shot clock for Brianna Toppin. Toppin bounces once, passes to Hacker. Paige Hacker against Leah Sims, picks it up, kicks it outside. Kramer for 3, got it. First points of the second half for Trinity. It's only their second made 3-pointer of the game. They had been 1 of 9 shooting from the outside. Saints are only 1 of 4 shooting from the outside. They have been much more concentrated on scoring from down low, to great success. Jordan Pyle thought about the 3. Instead, she drives, kicks it out to Gieske. Gieske does fire the 3 and hit it. There's the second made 3-pointer of the game for St. Francis. 9 points for Paige Gieske. Gieski's 9 today, the most she's scored in any game so far in the month of January, as Brianna Toppin's three-pointer is an air ball. Leah Sims, though, knocks it out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock, 7:28 to play in the third quarter. Trinity Christian has the inbounds play from underneath St. Francis's basket. Brianna Toppin finally comes in to throw it in. Toppin can't find anybody. Finally bounces to Abby Coates, who lays it up and in and draws the foul. That play was looking lost for a moment, and it ended up working out brilliantly. One of the better plays of the game for Trinity Christian, as Coates finally freed herself up. She gets the layup, and the second foul is called against Jordan Pyle. Lila Rodriguez and Lexi Marin are in for Trinity Christian. Toppin and Kramer sit down. Free throw is good for Coates. It's a three-point play. 52-24, St. Francis. Leah Sims gives it to Jordan Pyle. Pyle walks it to the left side, gives it up top to Alward. Now Shadrian McDaniel on the right wing. McDaniel up top, Leah Sims. Sims guarded by Marin, passes to the left side, in the corner. Paige Gieske back out to Leah Sims. 10 to shoot. Alward double teamed in the post. Alward bounces out of the double team and passes to Paige Gieske. Gieske drives and draws the foul. Already we've seen a lot more fouls here in the second half than we saw at any stage of the first. Much more physical first 3 minutes of the third quarter. That's the third foul on Trinity Christian. As a team, the Trolls committed only 5 fouls the entire first half. Paige Gieske's first free throw is good. 10 points for Gieske. Gieske averages 7 points per game, but the last time that she was in double figures was way back on December 21st. Today she's got 10 as she misses on the second free throw. Lexi Marin does the ball handling for Trinity Christian as she walks it across half court. Guarded by Shadrian McDaniel, she takes it down the sideline and sends it down to the corner for Lila Rodriguez. Rodriguez lobs it down low. Elliott kicks it outside for Jasmine Glover, who corrals it before it can get out of bounds. Gives it up to Marin. 7 seconds to play. Jasmine Elliott fights up a shot with 2 on the shot clock and scores. Elliott's first points of the second half. She's got 13 for the game. Paige Gieske over to Leah Sims. Sims to Jordan Pyle on the left side. Pyle drives. Jump pass to the outside and Gieske, but we've got a whistle down underneath the basket. A foul on Trinity Christian, and it goes on Lexi Marin. First on Marin, fourth on the team as Paige Hacker heads to the bench. Trinity Burning is in for the first time today. Jordan Pyle gets it into Alward. One-on-one against Elliott. Hook shot with the right hand is good. 18 for Alward. Trinity basketball. Marin across half court. Guarded by McDaniel. Passes with the right hand over to Jasmine Elliott. Elliott fires the three. It's short, but it gets the roll. Off the front iron. A friendly bounce. And it falls for Elliott, giving her 16 points for the game. More than half of her team's total so far today. McDaniel into Alward. Elliott pokes it away. Alward gets it back. Bounced inside for Jordan Pyle. Blocked by Burning, but a foul is called. Jordan Pyle's going to the free throw line on Trinity Burning's first foul. Kramer and Toppin starting backcourt, back in for Trinity. And Jordan Pyle, who's made 1 of 2 free throws so far today, is at the line for the second time. Pyle this season shooting 70% on free throws. She gets the first. Saints are once again doubling up the Trolls, 56-28. And one more for good measure for Jordan Pyle. She's got 10 points. 3 Saints are now in double figures. Here's Summer Kramer dribbling to the left. She bounces it to the elbow. It's Burning. Burning fights off a pass and finds Jasmine Glover. Glover works her way inside and is blocked by Jordan Pyle. Third block of the day for Pyle. Jordan Pyle trying to take it all the way in herself. Off the glass, comes up short, tips the rebound over to Elwood, and Elwood is fouled going up for the shot. Jordan Pyle comes up with a block on one end of the floor, tries to turn it into 2 points on the other. She ended up coming short, but Caitlin Elwood recovered, and now she's got 2 free throws. First one's good. One more here for Caitlin Elwood. And the second one's good as well. Trinity possession. Just under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's Summer Kramer backing it outside the arc. Kicks into the corner for Elliott. Elliott around a screen. Left-handed jump shot misses. Rebounded by Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel gives it up to Leah Sims. Sims is on the move. Step back three-pointer for Sims. Off the back iron. Rebounded by Jasmine Glover. Truncated possession there for the Fighting Saints. McDaniel tries to get the ball back as she strips it from Summer Kramer, but McDaniel knocked it out of bounds. Trinity basketball with only 4 seconds gone off the shot clock. McDaniel and Gieske check out for the Saints. Hernandez and C.S. Cheney are back in. Kaylin C.S. Cheney's been getting increased playing time of late. Steve Brooks relying on her in big minutes down the stretch in conference season as she fouls Summer Kramer, and Kramer puts the ball in the basket as well. Great drive by Summer Kramer, who's now got 7 points, and she's on her way to the free throw line. First foul on Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Kramer's free throw is good. 59-32, 8 points for Summer Kramer. Kaylin C.S. Cheney handling the point guard duties for the Saints. C.S. Cheney finds Jordan Pyle way out top. Pyle walks it to the left side, hands it to Leah Sims. Another three-point attempt for Sims. Comes up short. Rebounded by Ann Peters. Peters is trapped in the corner by Elwood, but she bounces it away to Summer Kramer. And now Kramer wants to run. Ahead for Jasmine Elliott. Elliott fights one up over Jordan Pyle and misses. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Trinity. I mean that in 2 different ways. It was knocked out of bounds by both Trinity Christian and Trinity Burning, who plays for Trinity Christian. In fact, Trinity Christian's uniforms say Trinity right across the front. If you're Trinity Burning, that's probably enough of a reason to get you to go there. Here's Leah Sims up to Jordan Pyle. Poked away from Pyle. She gets it back. Handed off to Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Up top, Allie Hernandez. Hernandez to the right. Leah Sims down to the corner for Jordan Pyle, who sends it inside for Caitlin Elwood. And it's another open layup for Elwood. She's got 22. Most points that Caitlin Elwood has scored in a game since January 4th against Calumet St. Joseph. It's right around her average. She had been held to the teens, though, in 3 straight games prior to today. Brianna Toppin on the run. Banks it off the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Saints. Kaylin C.S. Cheney gives it to Jordan Pyle. Over to Elwood. Elwood puts the ball on the ground, takes one dribble, picks it up, and gets it back outside to Leah Sims. 15 on the shot clock. Sims over to Kaylin C.S. Cheney, down to the corner for Allie Hernandez. Bounce down low for Elwood, but intercepted by Brianna Toppin. Toppin on the move, does not have numbers, takes it in anyway, stripped by Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Ahead for Caitlin Elwood, all alone in the front court, an easy layup. Timeout called by Trinity Christian, 63-32. Saints lead 24 in the game now for Caitlin Elwood. She's got 9 points here in the third quarter. And if the game keeps going like this, she probably won't have the opportunity to score too many more. Steve Brooks is looking to get into position where he can clear off that bench. There's still 12:46 to play in this game, so we're certainly not there yet. But the Saints got off to a hot start and really have never slowed down. They were up 18-9 in the first quarter. In fact, if we go back to early in the first quarter, they trailed 5-4. Then they went on an 8-0 run, and they have not been threatened at any point since then. Their lead has just gotten bigger and bigger. It was 28 at halftime. It's 31 now, late in the third quarter. Elwood, Acosta, Pyle, Hernandez, and C.S. Cheney are on the floor for the Saints coming out of the timeout. Trinity Christian responds with Peters, Kramer, Burning, Toppin, and Alyssa Mulligan, junior forward, who's off the bench for the first time all game. Here's Summer Kramer, picked up by Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Over to Burning on the left side. Burning drives, kicks into the corner. Peters, wide open three. She comes up short, and Kaylin C.S. Cheney comes down with the rebound. C.S. Cheney across half court, walks it to the right, passes to the left for Acosta. Now on the wing, it's Jordan Pyle. Around a screen from Acosta, she spins down the lane. Lob down low for Acosta, her layup misses. Rebound tap, back to Acosta, who saves it to Jordan Pyle. Good persistence by the Saints. Here's Alward in the paint. Alward bounces once, throws it off for Acosta, but the pass is deflected out of bounds by Trinity Burning. It stays with the Saints, 14 to shoot. Lacey Gardner is in for Caitlin Alward. 2:06 to play in the third. Jordan Pyle looks to get the ball inbounds. Sends it for Ali Hernandez. Hernandez puts herself in position for the three, but passes instead. On the right side, Pyle down low for Acosta. Acosta banks it in. 10 points for Andriana Acosta, the fourth Fighting Saint in double figures today. And a foul on Lacey Gardner on the other side. As Ann Peters tried to drive the baseline, Gardner got in her way. She picks up her second foul of the game. Justine Charlesworth is in for Jordan Pyle. So 5 reserves are on the floor right now for St. Francis, and we'll see if the starters make another appearance or not. It depends on who the next few minutes are going to go. Summer Kramer around a screen to the left. Cuts back, down the lane. She misses on the runner. It's rebounded by Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth across half court. Passes over to Acosta on her left. And Acosta starts dribbling and hands it off in that direction to Ali Hernandez. Now on the right side, it's Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Half the shot clock is gone as C.S. Cheney's pass in for Lacey Gardner is deflected out of bounds by Alyssa Mulligan. 14 to shoot. Still Saints ball. Justine Charlesworth is going to be the inbounder. A few substitutions for Trinity. Rodriguez is back in, as is Marin. Inbounded to Kaylin C.S. Cheney at the top of the key. C.S. Cheney over to Acosta on the left side. 7 seconds to shoot. Acosta drives amidst 4 defenders. She puts up a shot and draws the foul. Acosta for a moment appeared to have a lane, but as she drove, the defense closed in. There were 4 defenders around her as she put that shot up. Foul was called on Mulligan. It's her first. And Acosta's first free throw is good. 11 points for Acosta, 1 off of her season high. And she's tied that season high with 12 points. 67-32. Marin in possession of the basketball for the Trolls. Off to Ann Peters on the right side. Up top, Trinity Burning. Burning guarded by Acosta. Throws it away. Out of bounds, she was looking on the left side for Lila Rodriguez. Didn't have her there. Rodriguez started to cut. The pass went behind her and out of bounds. Saints in control of both the ball and the game. A 35-point lead. Kaylin C.S. Cheney kicks it into the corner for Acosta. Acosta along the baseline finds an open shooter in the corner. Charlesworth misses the 3 as it rolls around the rim, doesn't go, and Charlesworth called for the loose ball foul, trying to steal the rebound from Trinity Burning. We're going the other way. 35-point lead for St. Francis. 50 seconds to play in the quarter. It's the 4th foul on the Saints, so both teams will be in the bonus for the last nearly a minute. Rodriguez hands it off to Burning. Burning outside to Ann Peters. Peters down low for Mulligan. Lacey Gardner stripped it, but she's called for the foul. Third foul on Lacey Gardner with 34 seconds to play in the third quarter, and that is the 5th team foul. So it sends Alyssa Mulligan to the free throw line, where she's hit on 5 of her 6 attempts this year. Interesting stroke, she misses the first. 5 of 7 now for the season. Second shot for Mulligan is good. Would have been a lane violation if she hadn't made it. Like I said, she's got an interesting stroke. She pump fakes. She kind of jumps. It would be traveling if it were a jump shot. But at the free throw line, I guess you are allowed to jump and come down. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Acosta inside does not get the roll, but she does get the foul call. Foul is on Peters. Peters' first foul. And Acosta has 2 shots from the free throw line, and she makes the first. 13 points in the game for Acosta. That's a new season high for her. Gives her 500 now for her St. Francis career. She makes the second as well. (69-33) St. Francis. Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Lexi Marin on the outside. Hands it off to Ann Peters with 7 seconds. Peters hassled by Kaylin C.S. Cheney. She takes the ball away. C.S. Cheney for the layup, blocked from behind by Peters, but a foul is called with 0.9 seconds on the clock. C.S. Cheney took a hard foul, but she's all right. A hard fall, I should say. The foul was pretty normal level of contact. But C.S. Cheney was in the air for the layup as she was hit, and she came down pretty hard. So she's got 2 free throws to try to end this quarter with the Saints scoring last. And if the quarter ends now, they would score last as well, but they're trying to score in the final second. C.S. Cheney's first foul shot misses. C.S. Cheney looking for her first point of the game. Shot's good. 70-33. And Trinity does not have time to get a shot off. So the third quarter ends. St. Francis outscores Trinity Christian for the third consecutive quarter, and they lead big with 10 minutes to play in the game, 70-33. I'll take a break. Back in a moment with the fourth quarter. .37 lead for the Fighting Saints as we start the fourth quarter. 70-33 is our score. St. Francis sticks with 5 reserves on the floor, so it's likely we've seen the end of the day for each of their 5 starters. Trying to coast their way to their 10th consecutive victory and their 13th straight in conference. Abby Coates throws it inside for Summer Kramer, and Kramer lays it in for Trinity. 70-35 is our score as the Trolls strike first here in the fourth. Acosta hands it off to Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth up top to Lacey Gardner. To the right side, Kaylin C.S. Cheney. She bounces a couple of times and hands it off to Allie Hernandez. Coming around to the left, hand it off to Justine Charlesworth. Now in the corner, Gardner back to Hernandez. 9 seconds to shoot. Lacey Gardner up top. Gardner takes a dribble over to Charlesworth. 5 seconds to shoot. Charlesworth drives against the double team. Throws up a wild one and misses with the shot clock running down. It's rebounded by Brianna Toppin. Nice defensive possession there for Trinity Christian. Trolls in possession now. Coates gets the bounce pass from Kramer. Back to Kramer outside. Kramer dribbles to the left, around the screen. She shovels it off to Jasmine Elliott. Three-point shot misses. Rebounded by Acosta. Here comes Kaylin C.S. Cheney. She hit a free throw to end the third quarter. Makes this the 5th consecutive game that she has scored at least once. Justine Charlesworth on the left wing. Charlesworth down to the corner for Acosta. Under 10 on the shot clock. Acosta on the drive, kicks it back out to C.S. Cheney. 5 to shoot. C.S. Cheney drives and kicks. Wide open shooter. Charlesworth in the corner, misses short on the 3. Offensive rebound, Gardner. Gardner back up with it, gets the roll. Lacey Gardner's got her first 2 points of the game. Coates up top to Hacker. Paige Hacker gives it way outside to Brianna Toppin. Toppin drives, ripped out of her hands by Ali Hernandez. Another steal for St. Francis. Fighting Saints have forced 12 turnovers, make that 13 turnovers now in the game. Ali Hernandez steps back for 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Trinity. And Coates makes the baseball pass down the floor for Hacker. Here's Kramer. Up top to Coates. Coates drives with the left hand, bumped. And we've got a foul coming up on St. Francis on the floor. 7:35 to play in the game. Foul is the second on Kaylin C.S. Cheney. And it forces an inbounds play for Summer Kramer. Kramer doesn't get it in on time. Eventually found Jasmine Elliott, but 5 seconds was called, just an instant before the pass came in. Here's Ali Hernandez for the Fighting Saints, following another Trinity Christian turnover. Kaylin C.S. Cheney holds it outside as the whistle blows. A foul is called away from the ball, and it goes against the Trolls. Second foul on Jasmine Elliott. First on the team. Charlesworth inbounds. Lobs it in up top for Kaylin C.S. Cheney. C.S. Cheney drives and kicks to Ali Hernandez. Back outside, Lacey Gardner. Gardner on the drive. Finds Acosta along the baseline. Her jumper misses. And the rebound goes to Elliott, who's immediately fouled by Acosta.
St. Francis foul number 21.
Second foul on the Saints. First on Acosta. Josie Graffio hops up off of St. Francis's bench. Steve Brooks starting to clear the bench of some of his seldom used reserves. All 5 players on the floor right now are backups, but they're the backups who have been typically getting a lot of playing time. Coates fights it up off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Charlesworth. Imagine we'll see a little bit of everybody here in the second half for St. Francis, nursing a 37-point lead. Acosta to Kaylin C.S. Cheney on the left side. C.S. Cheney looks around, can't find anybody open. Now finally starts to dribble herself. She drives inside and she's fouled on the cut. Foul is on Summer Kramer, her first. Graffio comes in for Acosta. Good game today for Acosta. Season high 13 points for her, makes that 14 points, which is also a season high. Alyssa Mulligan comes in for Trinity Christian. Paige Hacker goes to the bench. Kaylin C.S. Cheney has 2 free throws, and the first one is perfect. Second foul shot is good. Summer Kramer takes it down the floor for Trinity. Kramer passes to her right, Jasmine Elliott. Elliott down the lane, step back at the free throw line, kicks it inside to Mulligan, now back out. Kramer for 3, too strong, rebounded by Charlesworth. Just over 6 minutes to play in the game. Charlesworth passes over to Ali Hernandez. Hernandez fakes the pass to the right, bounces to Charlesworth at the top of the key, picked up by Abby Coates. Now Kaylin C.S. Cheney on the left side, double team, finds Graffio at the free throw line. One dribble, Graffio takes the shot, no good. Rebounded by Elliott. Jasmine Elliott off to the right. Kramer right back to Elliott. Elliott steps inside the three-point arc, fires a jumper and misses. Graffio tips the rebound towards the corner, and Kaylin C.S. Cheney tracks it down. One and done once again for Trinity Christian. Now Allie Hernandez had a wide open look, decided not to take it. Up top to Justine Charlesworth. Over to the left side, Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Across court, this is Allie Hernandez. Hernandez dribbles twice, picks it up as she runs into Abby Coates. Passes to Graffio, who goes across court to Kaylin C.S. Cheney. 7 seconds to shoot. C.S. Cheney bounces low for Graffio. Layup misses. Gardner rebound, knocked out of her hands. Out of bounds, it stays with St. Francis. Shot clock resets to 20 seconds. Saints call on Maria Cruz Uceda for the first time today. Lacey Gardner heads to the bench. Trinity Burning and Lila Rodriguez are back on the floor for the Trolls. Bounced into Cruz Uceda. She throws it up with the right hand and scores from the block. First points for Maria Cruz Uceda, who just checked in about 3 seconds earlier. Probably not even that much. There's Trinity Burning, driving. Knocked out of her hand, stolen by Kaylin C.S. Cheney, and finally she scoops it up cleanly across half court. Inside for Cruz Uceda, who misses on the layup. Coming quickly down to the other side of the floor. Overthrown for Trinity Burning, who tried to save it from going out of bounds and saved it right off the back of the backboard. It's a turnover. What looked like an easy fast break turns into a turnover for Trinity Christian, and now the Saints will run some clock here. C.S. Cheney up to Graffio on the left side. Justine Charlesworth up to Allie Hernandez, and a timeout called by Steve Brooks. Just a substitution timeout. Wanted to get Hannah Swiatek in there. And now they change it and make it a full timeout. So 4:32 rather, to play in the fourth quarter. 76-35. It's a big lead for St. Francis. They were up by 28 at halftime, and they just kept building the lead. It rarely, if ever, got below that point. And currently a 41-point advantage for the Fighting Saints, who are also going to bring Rexisha Hollis off the bench coming out of this timeout. So that means that everybody on the active St. Francis roster will have seen some playing time tonight, and some significant playing time for some of these players who are just coming in. Rexisha Hollis and Hannah Swiatek are going to get nearly 5 minutes of action down the stretch. And it's one thing to say they haven't gotten a lot of playing time, but really lately they have, because the Saints have been blowing out everybody. Look at their last stretch of play prior to today. They beat St. Ambrose by 20, Judson by 38, Roosevelt by 25, Calumet St. Joseph by 22. Those were their last 4 games prior to this one. So 5 games in a row, really, they've been able to clear the bench late. Coming out of the timeout, it's Hollis, Cruz Uceda, Charlesworth, Graffio, and Swiatek on the floor for the Saints, and it is St. Francis basketball. 9 on the shot clock. This is Swiatek bouncing to the right side. Graffio, 4 seconds to shoot. Graffio, 3 seconds on the clock. In the corner, loses it out of bounds. It's a shot clock violation prior to the ball being knocked away. I'm not sure if Graffio realized how much time was on the clock. She wasn't moving initially with a lot of urgency, and eventually the defense closed in. There just wasn't anywhere for her to go. Trinity basketball, it's Lila Rodriguez. Rodriguez picks it up, throws to the left side for Ann Peters. Coming around to the right, they weave it back and forth. This is Marin, guarded by Hollis, kicked outside. Peters for 3, no good. Rebounded by Maria Cruz Uceda. Swiatek, the freshman from Mother Macaulay High School, on the right wing, swung around to the left side. Hollis into Swiatek. Swiatek backs into some trouble and kicks it back outside. Charlesworth hits the 3. Justine Charlesworth has her first 3 points of the game. It's a game-high 44-point lead for St. Francis. These same 2 teams met back in November, and the Saints won a tight one by 13 points, a relatively tight basketball game. Trinity was never in this one. Marin from the top misses on her 3-pointer, and the rebound goes to Maria Cruz Uceda, who's going to have a pretty good stat line. When all is said and done today, she has scored and she's snagged a few rebounds. Graffio tries for 3, and she hits. St. Francis wasn't hitting their outside shots all game. Now all of a sudden, you bring in the reserves, and they're all knocking them down from the outside. The lead just grows and grows for St. Francis. Here's Marin working on Hollis. Kicked outside Rodriguez. Lila Rodriguez backs it beyond the three-point line. Kicks over to the left side. Into Mulligan. She's fouled on the floor by Maria Cruz Uceda. First foul on her. It's the second on the team. Comes into Marin. She backs it up. Maria Cruz Uceda loosely defending. 10 on the shot clock, just over 2.5 on the game clock. Trinity Burning drives, kicks it outside. Peters with 5 to shoot. Peters bounces once, gives it to Marin. Marin fires up a three-pointer. It's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Each team has come up with a shot clock violation now in the last minute or so. And the Saints take possession back. Charlesworth over to Graffio on the right wing. Back to Justine Charlesworth over to the left side. This is Hollis down low. Cruz Uceda, open layup. Got in beyond Alyssa Mulligan, and an easy layup. The reserves for St. Francis are dominating this fourth quarter. They have not allowed much of anything for Trinity Christian. In fact, Trinity has only scored 2 points in 8+ minutes in the fourth quarter. They're playing mostly subs as well. Peters fires a three and banks it in. Wasn't the prettiest way to get it, but they finally do get themselves back on the board. 84-38. 46-point lead for St. Francis. Here's Swiatek at the free throw line. Drives, layup, misses. Rebound goes to Mulligan. Here's Marin, poked away by Maria Cruz Uceda. She comes up with a steal. 3-on-1. Cruz Uceda pulls up, now throws it inside. It's intercepted by Burning. Cruz Uceda a little bit lost on that break. And so Trinity comes away with the takeaway. And they've got Burning on the left side, driving on Graffio, kicked into the corner. Three-point attempt from Lila Rodriguez misses, and Maria Cruz Uceda comes down with another rebound. Just a minute to go in the game. Swiatek off to the left side, three-point attempt. Charlesworth in and out. Rebound knocked out of bounds. We're going the other way. More subs for Trinity. Madeline Vins is in, as is Kayla Winters. So Bill DeRuyter clears his bench as well. Both teams now using second and third stringers for the final minute. Marin bounces it over to Burning. Burning starts a drive on Graffio, pulls back outside. Winged over to the right. Marin for three. Good. Lexi Marin has her first 3 points. And now the Saints will take their final offensive possession. Anna Swiatek across half court. Passes over to Charlesworth on the right. Charlesworth guarded by Winters. Drives, gets to the basket. Layup, no. Swiatek taps the rebound to herself. Anna Swiatek along the baseline. Pulls it back outside. Rexisha Hollis, 7 on the shot clock. And Steve Brooks wants to run out the clock, I think, but the shot clock is on. That shot didn't hit the rim. And so Charlesworth gets it off at the buzzer and lays it in. 86-41, and Trinity, with 2 seconds left, fires up one last shot. Marin misses on the long three. And there's your ball game, 86-41. A big victory today for St. Francis as they knock off Trinity Christian by 45 points. And that shows how far the Saints have come since November when they took 2 of their 3 losses. They've now won 10 games in a row overall. And the Fighting Saints today scored almost the exact same amount that they had against Trinity Christian back on November 16th. But where they gave up 71 in that game today, they held the Trolls to just 41 points. The Saints entering play today ranked 3rd in scoring defense per game. 53.7 points allowed. That's a number that'll get a little bit better after allowing just 41 on the board today. They have been incredibly impressive defensively in recent weeks, really the last couple of months. Their defense has been outstanding, and it was again today. Their offense wasn't too shabby either. They got the ball inside consistently early on, and were able to get some easy baskets to build a big early lead that they never relinquished. Some of the final totals from today's game: Saints shot 56% from the field, Trinity just 27%. Caitlin Elwood led the way with 24 points overall for St. Francis today. She also led the team with 8 rebounds. Her rebounding numbers starting to pick up. Saints also got big numbers from Acosta, 14 points. Gieske and Pyle, 10 points each. Jordan Pyle also chipped in with 7 assists, a couple of blocks and a couple of steals. Shadrian McDaniel tied her season high with 9 points. She had 5 rebounds as well. And for those points, at least, all of them for McDaniel came in the first half when the Saints built their big lead that really was insurmountable. Trinity was led by Jasmine Elliott, 16 points on 6 of 19 shooting. Summer Kramer had 10 points for Trinity. Saints turned the ball over only 8 times today. They out-rebounded Trinity 41-27. Just a great all-around win for St. Francis today. They improved to 18-3 overall. They are 13-0 in the CCAC. The schedule continues to get tougher from here on out, though. They will get their first look and their only regular season look this year at Indiana South Bend on Wednesday. A big game, 4:30 on Wednesday at Indiana South Bend, ranked number 24 in the country, 19-1 record on the season. So it'll be a big challenge coming up later this week. The next home game for St. Francis, Wednesday, January the 29th. They host Robert Morris at 5 o'clock Central Time. That's going to do it for today's game. Our final score, 86-41. St. Francis comes out on top. We got the men's game coming up next. Hopefully you'll join us for that starting at 3 o'clock this afternoon. For now, though, Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Talk to you soon.